Hello there, Tuesday the 7th of February 2012. This is Chris Reardon with United Kingdom Talk. Welcome along. And I've damaged myself today. Here is a lesson for you. Look at this. Nasty cut on my wrist. Excuse me. Nasty cut on my wrist there. No, before you start sending around people from... what's that name? From the Samaritans or anything like that? No, I have not just tried to kill myself. I am not into self-harming. I did this when very foolishly a parcel has come through the door, a little present from my birthday from my dear sister, which I wasn't expecting. And it came in a box, and I got a screwdriver holding the box like that with one hand and went down it, and it continued past the box onto my wrist. There's a lesson. I mean, I should know that one from the Scouts, actually. Never, ever cut towards you. Because that's what happens. Okay? I mean, look how close I am to my vein. I could have been laying there on the kitchen floor, blood pumping out all over the place. That would have scared a few people. I'll tell you that now. So do be careful with knives and screwdrivers and other sharp implements, boys and girls. My dear sister has sent me, at a total surprise to me, and isn't it nice to get things through the letterbox that you didn't expect? Now, she didn't tell me this was coming. It's just a complete surprise. And she has purchased and sent me a blueberry bush. Because I do like blueberries. I have blueberries every morning, actually, on my breakfast, whether it be usually bran flakes or sometimes some of those instant oats. I have to have 2 packets of those, the ones with the golden syrup. Very, very tasty. So she's bought me a little blueberry bush, which I shall be planting in my garden as soon as that ground softened up a bit. Although I must say it warmed up yesterday. Very unbelievable. After our snow and ice at the weekend. On Sunday, of course, the snow came down on Saturday, so Sunday it was all on the ground, and I went over the forest for a little half-hour walk in the snow. I put my Dr. Martin boots on. I was looking very butch indeed. I went up in the forest all on my own. And I intended to go out for a sort of half-hour walk. I ended up coming back 2 hours later. And it was all very, very nice indeed. A few people up there with dogs and husbands and wives. It's sad, lonely old Chris up there on his own. Oh, who's this trying to ring me? Let me just turn it off. That's better. Yeah, sad, lonely old me up there on my own. But it was very, very nice. Crisp, and there was the unbroken snow. Such a nice walk up there. Thanks again for all those people who sent me little Facebook messages for my birthday. There literally were hundreds of them, and it's very, very much appreciated to send such messages to me on my 49th. I'm 49 years. I cannot believe this time next year I will be 50, God willing. If he allows me to get to that age, I will be 50 this time next year. I should do something, really. What did I do Sunday on my birthday? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The highlight of the day was doing the quiz night, actually, at Belushi's. I always look forward to going to work. And a little bit quieter than usual. But some of the boys bought me a little card. I can show you the front of the card, but not the inside, because it's very, very rude. It's very... No, I'm not going to show you. I'm not. It's very rude. They sent me... I don't know where on earth they found this picture of me, but there we are. There's a picture of me with a strange expression on my face and in a white vest. And it says, happy birthday. We had a collection. I really can't show you what's inside. It's just the rudest thing ever. And that's from Scott and Peter and John and Julia, who are all regular people who come down to the quiz on Sunday night. Talking of quizzes, of course, I've got a new quiz to start tonight, Tuesday night at the Mayflower in Rotherhithe, right on the River Thames. I mean, and it really is on the River Thames, not next to it, on the River Thames, the Mayflower in Rotherhithe. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Nice to have something to do most nights. And talking of work, I've been asked to do a night on Saturday in a place where I already work, actually, in Clapham, the 2 breweries in Clapham. And the job I've been asked to do, because someone's off at the moment, actually having a heart bypass operation, you know. And other people have been doing this night, and he said, do you want to do it this week? And do you know, I'm ever so nervous about doing it. I don't know if I should do it or not, really. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to take a job on unless I'm quite sure I can do it. On the other hand, sometimes it's good to do something that is completely out of your comfort zone. Now, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have had any problem at all saying yes, okay. But I've kind of been out of that sort of thing for a few months now, sort of 6 months or so, and I'm I'm not sure whether to actually take this on or not, or whether to just do it and hope for the best. And what do you reckon, eh? I'm really not sure what to do. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. My mobile disco work, well, I'm taking out a little advert. I've already done it. Taken out a couple of adverts in some local papers in the area, Reading, Wokingham, and indeed Bracknell. So we'll see if any work comes in for the mobile disco. All right, on the in ads in, but that's how I used to get work, actually, putting ads in local papers. But again, that is like 30 years ago. I'm not quite sure if that's still the same way people would look for a mobile disco to do their weddings, birthdays, social events, or whatever. So I'll let you know about that. Good news, of course, it's the Queen's 60th year anniversary yesterday. Yes. How wonderful. 60 years anniversary of, did I say her birthday? No, that's incorrect. 60 years anniversary of her ascension to the throne. How wonderful is that? You know, I'm a great fan of the Queen. I love the Queen, and she does so much work. I can't understand these people who are so anti-Queen, you know, or anti-royal, and they say, you know, she doesn't do anything. She is so hard-working, that lady. She really is, and full marks to her. Of course, we're not having the celebrations yet. We're having a big do here in the UK in June. All are welcome. Big load of flotilla of boats on the Thames and parties all over the place. I'm sure there'll be a firework display or two here and there. Okay, so fantastic. Fantastic. 60 years ago, yesterday, she ascended to the throne. Isn't that wonderful? And I know the Queen is very big in the USA. Yes, am I right? The Americans love our Queen as well. Yes, big do in June, come along to it, okay? Now, I printed something off. There it is, over there. Sorry, just a moment now. Is this what I printed off here? I hope it is. Why didn't I bring this across to myself? That's strange of me, isn't it? There we are. 1, 2, that's it. Oh, I don't know if this is the right thing now. I have become confused suddenly, boys and girls. This happens more than one occasion, as you well know. There we are. There we are. Now, I saw this in the Daily Mail on Sunday. And I'm a little bit disappointed with our good friends in India. Because apparently the story goes that India... I haven't got this now. Just a minute. This has something missing here. Where has this gone now? That's it there. Is that it here? No, that's not it. I think I've got my papers mixed up here. That's... I wanted to read that today. What have I done here? Oh, dear, dear me. Well, I'm a bit stuck now. We're halfway through a show and I'm stuck. Hang on, let me look it up on the internet. See if I can find it on there. Daily Mail. Now, it was something to do with us giving money to India. Now, I actually support us giving money to other countries that need help and things like that. There it is. I think this is it. Right, India doesn't want our aid. Stop it now, Cameron told, after country labels to India said our £280 million that we give them, you know, no strings attached each year, India said it's peanuts. Which I think is a little bit ungrateful, to be honest, don't you? I really do. And our illustrious leader, David Cameron, was under intense pressure last night to slash the £1 billion, okay, £1 billion in aid that Britain gives to India after the country said it no longer wanted the money. India's finance minister, this is in the Daily Mail yesterday, said the booming country should voluntarily give up the £280 billion a year it received from Britain. I don't know, why is it so? It's 1 minute it's saying £1 billion and the other it says 280. It told the Indian Parliament, we do not require the aid. It's a peanut in our total developing spending. What a bloody cheek. I think that is a bit of a cheek. But on the other hand, is the Daily Mail blowing this out of all proportion, I wonder? I don't suppose for one moment there was any malice in what that Indian bloke said. All he said, from what I can gather from this story, is that, you know, we don't need the money anymore. End of story. So why send it? I'm along with that, actually. You know, if they don't need the money, how ridiculous it would be to continue sending it, wouldn't it? Anyway, your thoughts on that? My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Well, we got to the end of that eventually, didn't we? Dear me. I'm all over the place today, aren't I? Had my electricity bill. Okay. Very pleased with my electricity bill. They reckon £16 a month I spend in electricity. And anyone who now says to you ever that solar panels don't work, there is the proof. Since August, I have spent £16 a month on electricity. That's all. It's not bad, is it? Not bad. What I don't understand is that in that same period, I've spent £42 a month on gas. You know, and I'm not someone to have the heating on very often. It just seems quite a lot. £42 a month on gas, but that's what they say. Maybe there's a leak somewhere, I don't know. You know, but I'm very, very pleased with my electricity bill. £18 a month. You can't go wrong with that, eh? Get your solar panels on. Go on, take out a loan and get your solar panels on. All right, some emails. James writes, you were saying that Theresa May's idea of 5 people complaining about... And we've read that, haven't we? We've read that. I'm sorry. What a crap show this is, isn't it? What a crap show this is. Here's another one from James. James, please only send me one email at a time, mate. Okay? Because I can't... It's getting very, very confusing, dear. I'm just actually at this very moment in time, I'm just about to throw all the papers up in the air and switch off and say I'll see you tomorrow. Or it's getting to that point. There's another one here from James. You see, just one email a show, please, James. He says, "Hi, Chris. In amateur radio, because we're talking about amateur radio, CB stuff. I spoke to the CB guy. Apparently, my stuff is coming tomorrow. My new aerial and CB rig." Hi Chris, once you had to learn quite a lot of Morse code to do the amateur radio test, but I think it's just on separate simple tests now in the UK. There are separate amateur radio licenses here. One is a simple amateur radio license where you are restricted to what you can do. And then there is the amateur B license where you can go on all amateur bands and do the Morse code on an A license when you can go on all the amateur bands. Amateur B and A licenses, you can put out lots of power. One question in the exam would be, what is the power limit for linear amplifiers and how to stop interference? Also, what are the frequencies for amateur bands? Also, they measure power on amateur bands here in decibel watts. Oh, Christ. You see, James, I don't think I'd pass something like that. There's a lot of maths involved in that, it looks to me. I really don't think I'd pass something like that, okay? And he also says, I forgot to say there is a simple maths test in amateur radio, but you can cheat and use a calculator. Sorry to hear about Ross's plight with the noise. I hope he can get something sorted out with the neighbours, as I know he has problems with Emily sleeping. And I hope he sorts it out soon. Yes, poor old Ross. Did we get another email here from Ross? Yes, we did. Ross says... No, that was something else. Oh, God, I can't do this today. We might have to have a little break of a few days, actually, while I gather myself together. It's all falling apart, and that's gone wrong now. Has that gone wrong as well? It's all falling apart today. Ross has written in. I mean, half the trouble is your emails here, James. They're all over the place. I can't cope. One per show, please. Ross writes, has your show been mentioned in a Chinese magazine or on a TV show, do you think? Is that the increase in listeners in China? I don't know, Ross. How would I know that? How would I know if we've been mentioned in China? Perhaps the government have started listening there to learn English. What do you reckon? Might have happened. He also says, my mate Tom used to have two CB. My mate Tom used to have a CB radio. Oh, Ross, why are you using the number 2? Now, I expect more to you than this. He's using the number 2 instead of the word TO. Will people please send their emails in correct English and not cheat, text language, please, Ross? God's sake. My mate Tom used to have, and he put used to, look at it. Look. My mate Tom used to, and he's used the number 2. Dreadful English. Absolutely dreadful. He used to have a CB radio and we used to listen into people's analogue mobile phone calls with a few beers. It was awesome. People having affairs, etc. From Ross Patdelt. You're very naughty now. Please don't listen into people's conversations like that. God, I hope no one's ever heard mine. Jean says, thanks for the mention, Chris. Hope you had a great birthday. I did indeed. Ryan says, catching up on your old shows, Chris. We'll definitely need to email in soon. I'm waiting for that email. Right, Ryan. All right, Ryan. I'm waiting for that email. John says, listeners in China, that is surprising. Not as surprising as me. As it was to me, I have to tell you. Listeners in China, what are they doing listening in China? Possibly in between eating the pot noodles and things like that. Yes, I'm not a fan on any sort of Eastern food, I'm afraid. Oh no, I would starve to death. I would like to go to China, but not on a plane. I'm going to have to wait, I think, to travel until they get these transporters like they got in Star Trek, where you can just push a button and 1 minute you're there and then suddenly you're gone. How fabulous would that be? And that's what I'm going to do now. Go. Thanks very much for watching and listening to the show today. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.